Hi, I go by Asnos, and together we'll be building a Minecraft client from scratch in 1.21. This part of the course is meant to give you a solid introduction to Java before continuing throughout the rest of the course, and here I'll be teaching you everything you need to know about Java while guiding you every step of the way. If you already know you want or need to learn Java before continuing, go ahead and skip to the time mark on screen. Otherwise, let's continue. Now here's what we're going to be learning together. Firstly, the Java fundamentals. These are the most important. I'll be guiding you starting from the very basics of printing out hello world to more complicated topics like polymorphism and inheritance. And I assure you, if you have the dedication and willingness to learn, you'll know enough about the Java programming language to make your dream client. Once we're finished with the Java fundamentals, we'll start to create our own Minecraft client together. We'll learn the difference between client-side and server-side code, making our own modules, and implementing almost everything a client should have. And then most importantly, along the way, we'll learn the best practices to use with the Java language in the modding development. We'll write clean, maintainable code that scales as we continue to develop our client, so that you won't get overwhelmed with hundreds of files and folders. We'll test and debug our client in a development environment, and I'll show you how to do everything yourself, so that when the course ends, you'll be ready and prepared to continue developing your client. By the end, you'll have both a solid understanding of Java and the required skill set to make your own client. Now, we should probably go over, is this section right for you? Because right now, this is just a Java crash course if you don't know the language. So if you've never written a single line of code, you don't know what compiling or running means, you don't know how object-oriented programming works, or maybe you understand other programming languages but you don't understand Java, then I cannot recommend highly enough to follow along with this Java crash course. Absolutely essential to know how to program before making something as complicated as a Minecraft client. Think of building a Minecraft client like constructing a big skyscraper. If you've never picked up a hammer, don't know what blueprints are, it's going to be nearly impossible to drive straight into building a big skyscraper. Alright, now let's go over why Java. So, it's Minecraft's native language. Minecraft is written in Java, hence, Minecraft Java Edition. This means that nearly all things related to development in Minecraft needs to be written in Java since we're working directly with their code. Now there are some exceptions to this like data packs, but mostly it's all in Java. Next is powerful and widely used. Java is a robust enterprise-grade language used by many companies worldwide from the likes of Amazon, eBay, Facebook, Netflix, and so many more. And remember, 3 billion devices use Java. Object-oriented programming. You don't even know exactly what object-oriented programming is right now, but just know it encourages clean, modular code that can make programming so much easier. Concepts like classes, inheritance, and interfaces will help you structure your mod way more efficiently. With that, let's go ahead and get to installing everything we need to make our first little program. Alright, so the first thing you're going to do is go to this website, adoptium.net, and all we're going to do is we're going to go and just click this latest long-time service release. It should say JDK-21 and then something. If this is not your correct operating system or it doesn't say Java 21 for you right now, for example, if you're on Windows and it's recognizing as macOS, all you can do is go to Other Platforms and Versions, select your operating system, your architecture, your package type, and make sure version is Java 21 long-time support. You can either download it from here, make sure you develop Java Development Kit instead of JRE, which is Java Runtime Environment. So you'd go to Java Development Kit and download that. The next thing we need to do is download IntelliJ. Now, you're going to be prompted with IntelliJ IDEA Ultimate. You do not need to purchase this or use the free trial. Instead, if you scroll down, you'll see IntelliJ IDEA Community Edition. This will work perfectly fine for what we're doing and will last you throughout your whole Minecraft client journey. And if it's not your correct architecture or operating system, you can just select it here and click download. Then you're going to download these like you would any other program. Alright, you should see something similar to this. Now mine may look a little bit different since I'm using another theme and I have multiple projects, but you should see something that says projects, new project, open, and you should have this general layout here. So all we're going to do is we're going to hover over to new project over here on this top right side. We're going to click new project. We're going to select Java, which should be the first option under new project. Alright, so in this name field, we're just going to put my first Java project. Now it's important that you don't have any spaces in here. That's very important, or else it's not going to create your project. It's just a weird little thing of IntelliJ. I know it can be a bit annoying at times. You can make the location anywhere you'd like. It's up to you if you'd like to create a Git repository or not. I'm not going to. The build system is going to be Gradle, and make sure the Java development kit is the one you just installed. It should be Adoptium 21. Gradle DSL, we're going to select Kotlin, and make sure Add Sample Code is checked. Take a moment to make sure all the options are near to mine, and then we're just going to go over here and click Create. Alright, so you should see at the bottom, Importing Gradle Project. Now this may take a little bit for it to do and to set up, so don't be worried if it does take a few minutes. It can take quite a while. Alright, you're going to know it's done when you have no errors and you shouldn't see indexing anywhere, and it should be all working. So you should see this main.java class pull up. If you do not see this right now, you can go over to your project window on the left hand side. You can go to Source, Main, Java, and then you should see under these nested folders something called Main. Now that's going to bring you exactly to where we are right now. Alright, you're going to see a few keywords here though. You're going to see this package, this class main, and this public static void main. Think of this main right here as your entry point to your program. That's essentially what it is. And then you're going to see the System.out.println hello world. It's okay if you don't understand what any of this does right now. We'll cover that in another episode. If you go over to current file and press run main.java here, or Control R, you should see in this window that pops up, task main hello world. Now where are we getting this hello world from? Well, we're getting it from the System.out.println hello world. Since the main is the entry point to the program, we are then saying to the system we want to print out, or printing is just putting something into the terminal or console, hello world. So what's cool is inside of these quotations marks, we can put whatever we want. We can put subscribe to Asnos, and we can press current file, and you'll see that exact same thing. Now, it's important to make sure you keep the quotation marks. If you just put here, subscribe to Asnos, you're going to get a whole lot of errors, and you should see some red underlines. You'll also know by this red exclamation mark over here, 5 errors, highlight all problems, and if you hover over it, you should see the error. Cannot resolve symbol subscribe. So it's important to make sure for the time being, you put everything in quotation marks. Those are those two little apostrophe things. Another thing to know is you will need a semicolon at the end of every expression. Because if you just did something like System.out.println subscribe and didn't leave the semicolon, you're going to see a red underline here which should say you need to put a semicolon. Let's see if I can get it to pop up. Yeah, semicolon expected. So I'm going to delete this line here, and yeah, now you should see whatever you want to put in here. So literally whatever I want to put in here, you can run. And you can see it come out in your console. If you have any questions on how this is working, or you have any errors right now, please do not hesitate to go to the comment section and tell me what's wrong. I'll be more than happy to help you get started. It's perfectly okay if you don't understand what a lot of this means, like public class main, or public static void main, string args, or even what System.out.println is. The important thing to know here is just that you can put whatever you want inside of System.out.println as long as it's surrounded by parentheses, quotation marks, and there's a semicolon at the end. With that out of the way, that's going to wrap up today's episode. This was episode 1, Introduction and Setup. You're right here. Now in the next episode, which will be released in a few days, we'll be covering variables and different types. You don't need to know what any of this is right now, but this is just the course layout you can look at if you're wondering what order things are going to be in. So as you can see, there's a total of 9 episodes that are going to be in the Java crash course, and then when we start on a Minecraft client, it's going to reset back to episode 1. I'm hoping these can almost be 2 separate courses almost, so that you can follow this crash course and then you'll know everything you need to know to make a Minecraft client. But then people who already know Java won't have to go and sit through a crash course in order to make their client. That's all for this video. If you want more of this, make sure to like and subscribe. Again, if you have any errors or any questions, please do not hesitate to ask me in the comments.